Yo, Novatos, thanks again for tuning into yet another video from us, coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So here we are unboxing the TCMT FXRT kit. So you guys know I bought my fairing, my FXRT kit from Dominator. You know, 2,200 bucks, potentially about 2,400 bucks. Yeah, I think it was about 2,200. I got the lowers and the top, the main FXRT fairing. So this kit is also the same thing. It's got the lowers and it's got the bracket. It's got everything you need. So we're going to be comparing this, of course, to my $2,200 option. If I remember right, I've already had it for like 2 years. I can't remember off the top of my head. I didn't have to pay any taxes off of that kit from Dominator because it's in an international company. They don't have a retail store here in the States, so there's no taxes. This will completely depend on your country, because I know some countries are super but about the taxes. So we're going to be looking at this, seeing what's inside. Unfortunately, I don't have the space to unbox this, so I'm going to have to put the camera off the box and then just move the items onto the box, because I'm currently painting parts right now and I don't have a lot of space. So, you know, I just have a lot of questions, and we're gonna find out what's in this box. So I could already see the fairing. It looks like the mounting hardware. There's a few things already in there that I can see from just doing this. So I've mentioned this a lot of the times. From TCMT, I get their parts very, very quickly because I'm in California. Their warehouse is located in SoCal. It's called Rancho Chumanga or something like that. That's where they're located. That's where their factory is. So depending on where you're at, I mean, you know, it could take anywhere from 2 days, which is typically what I get my parts from at TCMT. I usually get them within 2 to 3 days. But if you're somewhere outside of California, you might be waiting potentially 8 days, 9 days for these parts. It's free shipping, so it's great. Let's see. I ordered the kit. Like I said, they sent me the kit in 2 different boxes, and they told me they actually sent me a message, and they told me that I was going to get it in two shipments. So let's go ahead and see what's inside. Like I said, I'm gonna have to set the camera down because I'm only doing it with one hand, but you guys can see, of course, the packaging. You have this foam liner, and then the fairing itself, it's wrapped around in this bubble wrap, and you have a lot of little things inside. You know, that really depends. I've seen a few videos, like the RWD FXDLS Brooklyn. He had some issues with it. He believes it was shipment RWD because it took them so long to install the part and stuff like that. They didn't want to give him any type of warranty. This was, like I said, 3-4 years ago. This is a video that I saw, and like I mentioned, I did a lot of research on this stuff, and you guys can watch those videos how I explain what's the difference between what. But this one should be pretty close to my to my Dominator. It's just after looking at the inside, you can see that's a different type of fibercloth. So let's set the camera down. I can already feel what's inside. I'm pretty sure this is the bracket. So this is the Softail, the 2018 and up Softail bracket. And then, of course, I'll grab the scale. You guys can see how much all this stuff weighs, because, you know, that's also something that I wonder about, how much weight you're adding to your bike. So this is a 7-inch bracket headlight. I got the 7-inch kit. I mean, I have my own bracket, so I'm not going to be using this, but hey, it'd be nice to kind of just have and keep. You guys can see, you know, it's all made out of metal, good quality steel, and it's got a spring system in there too. So my Dominator didn't have my 5 1/4 light ring, because I purchased the LP6 bracket for my Dominator about 2 years ago, and they never sent me this. So as far as I see it, Dominator still owes me a a bracket for my light. So this is the trim seal. I'm guessing this is the light cover. And then we actually have the bracket, like I mentioned. You guys can see you have all the hardware inside. This is the lower bracket on TCMT. The one on my Dominator doesn't fit correctly, so we'll see how that fits. Yeah, so that goes on top of the or underneath your engine mount, and then of course this goes to the fairing. You can see you know, the welds and how thick the steel is. Good quality stuff. Like I mentioned, on my Dominator, the one that I paid over $2,200 for, doesn't really fit correctly. And like I said, I've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram about the Dominator and the quality and the fitment, and you know, it's just other known issues. And I've made those issues, you know, public on my videos. So here's the actual bracket. Wow, this thing is heavy. Wow, this is heavier than my Dominator. And the steel on this thing, look at that, 1/4 inch. I am impressed how thick this is. So this is definitely heavier than my Dominator, and it's built. Wow. So what is up with this spacer here? Why is that there? Not entirely sure, but there is no, there is no adjustability. The Dominator, on my Dominator, you can actually adjust it up and down. This one looks like it's pretty much, maybe this, you might be able to adjust this. Not entirely sure, but the Dominator, it actually mounts to the bottom of the frame. I'm guessing that's what this spacer goes in, right? It goes in there. And then that holds the bottom of the neck. Huh. There's no instructions in this thing. I'm pretty sure there's no instruction, but this is a heavy piece. This bracket alone weighs a ton. On my Dominator, it doesn't. My Dominator bracket doesn't weigh this much. So, like I said, we'll put everything on the scale, and then we'll get the numbers, and I'll post it, or I'll probably grab the scale and I'll weigh this stuff. Yeah, let's grab the scale real quick so you guys can see it on camera. All right, so let's go ahead and weigh one of the lowers. They weigh in at almost 2 pounds a piece. So if you're doing the lowers on top of the fairing and the bracket, 2 pounds a piece. So you're looking at 26 pounds total. It's 26 pounds. That's how much you're adding to your bike. Go ahead and open it. Let's see if we have any other surprises on this. Like I said, man, if you're paying somebody to prep this, you're getting your money's worth. 100%. Some of these repairs, they might actually need like a fiberglass repair kit. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if angel hair fiberglass is gonna do it. In those pieces. Let's go ahead and look at the actual. Man, that is, you know, that's something else that I noticed with this. After looking at the other ones, is that a? No, I was about to say, like, man, that's a massive crack. No, it's just a fiber. This is the, as I was saying, it's the same material. It's a stranded mat. Chopped. Sorry guys, it's a fiberglass. It's a chopped and stranded fiberglass mat. This looks to be a little bit better than the actual fairing. But you know, looking at this, you can see there's rough cuts all the way around. On the actual lower, you can see it's all a rough cut as well. Look at this. But I think for the most part, a lot of the JD Customs and all the other options, they're pretty much like this. Alright, my Dominator, of course, once again, all of this is nicely wrapped. There's a smooth edge all along this edge right here. As far as smooth, I mean like a bull nose, like a cap. It wraps, like the fiberglass actually wraps around. You have about, I'd say maybe ½ an inch of a beautiful edge on Dominator one. But of course the Dominator is going to cost you $600. These cost you $100. I mean, you know, as far as the front of the bike, you won't see it. You know, you won't be able to see the edges. Even at this angle, and see if the camera picks it up. Even at this angle, you won't notice it. Like all these, because you guys got to remember the fairing's down towards the bottom of the bike. You won't see these imperfections. But you guys can see it needs a lot of cleanup. And you know, like I mentioned, as far as the back of this, it doesn't look nice. All right, my Dominator, of course, you have this sealed as well, so all of this is nice. It looks really nice on the Dominator, the back side of this. It's actually like really good quality, and once again, you have the higher quality fiberglass on the Dominator. Of course, this is a chopped and stranded fiberglass mat, and then on the Dominator, it's actually it's a woven fiberglass with the carbon fiber. They also add carbon fiber to the Dominator one. So you guys can let me know in the comments, is it just worth paying double the price? Like I said, if you're getting somebody to prep this, then you're not gonna have to worry about it. But it's someone who's doing that at home. You know, if you're doing this at home, your level of repair, you know, being able to repair and fix some of these imperfections, it has to be at a high level. You need to know what you're doing. Alright, so here's the other side. Everything's well wrapped and stuff. You guys can see. Same thing. I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna weigh in at the same. It weighs in at 2 pounds. You guys can see that rough edge cut all along the edge towards the bottom. So yeah, there's no cracks on this. This seems to be just, you know, the person that did these should, I mean, if TCMT is taking note, fire the guy that's actually making the fairing and hire the guy that did the lowers to do your main piece, because this is a little bit better. Not a lot better, but it is, you know, I would say yes. I would say it would be a lot better if the fairing came in like this. I'm just pushing it in because sometimes that's what happens. You'll be surprised on those spots. Same thing, chopped, stranded, matte. So you don't have the holes in this, kind of like you do on the Dominator. The Dominator already provides you with the holes. There's nothing else in the lowering kit. So as far as mounting hardware, you would have to provide it yourself. The Dominator did have L brackets. That was for the bottom piece, but I mean, you could go to your hardware store and just get L brackets and then mount it to your bike. But there is no mounting hardware on the lowers. Same thing on the edge back here. It doesn't have that smooth edge. It's very rough. It's very tough. You're gonna have to blend this in with, you know, a Dremel or a sander or a sanding block and just smooth this out. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. But as far as, you know, trimming and prepping on the Dominator, I just had to clean up the bottom edge on the fairing, and it's something that I didn't even have to do on the Dominator. And like I said, it had a couple holes in it, but it wasn't nothing that major like you guys saw on the actual fairing. So the lowers, like I said, you have to make your holes. Is there any surprises as well on this? Like I mentioned, when you're prepping this and you're sanding it down, you're gonna find, you know, you are going to find out some stuff. This one doesn't seem to have any surprises out of the box, but you know, I'm expecting some more issues. And that's mainly on the main fairing. All right, so I've been just inspecting this. I mean, this is all the stuff that's coming off of the fairing. You have to take this stuff off. All right, you can't paint over this. Anything that's loose, anything like this, it's just, you have to take it off. You need to have a solid foundation. You know, you guys can see I'm taking this off with my bare hands. I'm not even trying to hit it or whack it, but I mean, this is the stuff that has to come off of it, guys. You can't leave it on there. So I mean, that is a massive amount of damage. I mean, I would prefer it to be on the inside of the fairing, because of course you have the headlight cover and that's going to cover it up. You still have this. I mean, this is all right. I mean, based off of prepping this and sanding this, we'll see how much more I'll have to take this off. But I'm going to try to keep it like that so I can have a little bit of shape. When you're prepping something, you got to have shape so it retains the shape. This right here, I mean, it keeps on getting worse. You can see that somebody actually tried to, repair it. So somebody at TCMT, they did try. There's actually, what is this called? Putty. There's putty in here. You can see it because it's a different shade. You have the fiberglass and you have this yellow putty. And, instead of doing a proper repair, this is just, this putty is only meant for small imperfections. We're not talking about anything about 1/2 inch and bigger. We're talking, it's got to be small imperfections. And this putty, visually it makes it look nice, but once I start prepping this, I can see it that the putty's like all in this area. So we're talking about like a quarter size. And because of that, you can see how it compromises the whole fairing. So, man, this sucks. This is pretty bad. You can see how it's just, with my fingernail, it comes off. And, I'm picking at it, but this is stuff that you do have to take off. When you get to the front of this is where the concerns are. Stuff down here, you guys can see. Look at that. That's massive. Absolutely massive right there. That's huge. But this is going to be underneath the headlight lens cover. So I'm not concerned about, I'm not concerned too much about this, but this is the stuff that really has me concerned. This is going to require a lot of prep. Anyways, I'm gonna contact TCMT. Let's see what they could do, or see if they could. I don't know. Hopefully, they could send me another one. That's what I'm hoping for. But then I guess you're also wondering. If they send you another one, is it going to be worse than this one? Man, it's just when it's this, big. We're talking a good 4 inches. We're talking about a good 4 inches. And this repair, you actually might need fiberglass and all that stuff. I don't think the angel hair Bondo could probably fix it. You're gonna have to add 3 or 4 coats of Bondo hair to that, and then you need to shape it. And like I mentioned, you still have that potential of finding more issues. So there's a lot of cracks, a lot of damage. I think if it didn't have this one, I think I'd be okay with it, the one down here by the vent. I'd be okay with that. But man, the one that's right in front of the fairing, man, that really sucks. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. I'm gonna send TCMT a message, see what they say, or see if we could probably get another one. And I don't know, I'm hoping the next one's not gonna be this bad if they do respond. It's life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.